Hey guys, a warm welcome to our channel. Today I'm diving into a detailed, honest review of the Skytech Gaming Legacy 4 desktop PC with Ryzen 7 9800X3D, RX 7900XTX, 2TB Gen 4 NVMe SSD, 32GB DDR5-6000 RGB, a 1000W Gold ATX 3 PSU, a 360mm ARGB AIO cooler, Wi-Fi, and Windows 11. I've researched this model thoroughly across product listings, user reports, and comparisons on forums and video reviews to bring you clarity on whether this is really a beast of a rig or just hype. First, the spec sheet is mouthwatering. The Ryzen 7 9800X3D is one of AMD's top gaming chips, combining 3DV cache design with strong boost clocks, 4.7 GHz base, up to 5.2 GHz in turbo, to deliver excellent performance in gaming. Some sources rank it above even the 7800X3D in certain titles. The RX 7900XTX with 24GB is a high-end GPU capable of tackling demanding games in high settings, especially at 1440p or even 4K with some adjustments. The 2TB Gen 4 NVMe SSD gives you plenty of fast storage, and 32GB of DDR5-6000 is generous for both gaming and multitasking. The 1000W PSU and strong liquid cooling help ensure stability and headroom for future upgrades. In performance terms, this build promises very high frame rates in modern AAA games at 1440p and often solid performance at 4K with settings tuned. Based on extrapolations from similar builds and the spec advantage, you could expect things like 120 to 200 FPS in esports titles, 60 to 120 FPS in heavier AAA games at high settings, and comfortable headroom for creative workflows. The fast SSD means load times and boot times should feel snappy. In benchmarks seen on video reviews, variants of Legacy 4 with slightly different storage and RAM specs already deliver very competitive results. On aesthetics, cooling, and build quality, the Skytech Legacy 4 uses a tempered glass case with ARGB lighting, clean internal cable routing, and a dual-chamber design in many images. The 360mm ARGB AIO cooler is well suited for a high-performance CPU like the 9800X3D, and reviewers in similar Legacy 4 builds report that temps remain manageable under load. The 1000W Gold PSU ensures stable power even under overclocking or heavy GPU draw. The inclusion of Wi-Fi and Windows 11 out-of-box makes this more plug-and-play than building a custom rig. Now let me point out the limitations and weak spots. The Legacy 4's name is used in different configurations, and I found that many reviews use variants, with 1TB SSD, different memory, or GPU swaps, which makes exact performance projections uncertain. Also, RX GPUs, including the 7900XTX, tend to lag in ray tracing performance compared to equivalent NVIDIA GPUs, so in RT-heavy games you may need to reduce ray tracing or use smart upscaling. The sheer size and weight of the system, especially with a 360mm AIO and large GPU, means handling or moving it is non-trivial. In forums, I saw complaints about packaging damage or glass panels being cracked during shipment. The 2TB of SSD is solid, but high-end users might want even more storage or multiple drives, requiring more investment. Also, because it's a pre-built, component swap freedom is sometimes limited, depending on cable routing, case layout, and you may be paying a markup over DIY value. A final caveat: there are some reports of early failures or BIOS, motherboard compatibility issues, especially with new chips like the 9800X3D on some AM5 boards, which may require firmware updates, so you must factor in support and updates. So, is the Skytech Gaming Legacy 4 desktop PC worth buying? In my view, yes, if you want a top-tier pre-built system that gives you powerhouse gaming and creative performance right out of the box with minimal fuss. This model's combination of 9800X3D, RX 7900XTX, good cooling, PSU headroom, and 2 TB fast storage gives excellent value for serious gamers or creators who don't want to build themselves. But if you're extremely budget conscious, want the absolute best in ray tracing, or want the maximum freedom in component choice, a custom build might still outperform in cost efficiency. Overall, this rig offers a strong, future-looking experience for most users. Click the link below for the best price.